Hello everyone, my name is Alex, otherwise known as Some Bad Beat Scrub. Welcome to episode 16 of my Warhammer Total War 2 Let's Play. We're playing through as Gore Rock. Let's give a quick recap of where we're at. My purple buddy is down here, Zeddy or something like that. What are they called? Yeah, Sentinels of Zeddy. Took care of the Savage Orc problem. Gore Rock claimed some of the unclaimed cities that had been savaged by those orcs. We're in the midst of punishing these race traders for not helping us in that previous war. And we're building all of our cities are up. So we're going to be probably starting another stack soon. We got a lot of income. And we got to decide where we're going next. I had a couple requests. It seems like the consensus is to go across the ocean here and try to settle the desert and help out Tic-Tac-Toe and other lizard folks that live in this area. One of the other requests I got was to talk a little bit more about Confederation. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my diplomatic channel. So Confederation is something you can do with other factions that are the same general type as you. So like one greater faction would be the Lizardmen, and then sub-factions would be Itza, like myself, these race traders, or like the Sentinels of Zeddy. If you're very friendly with them, and usually the balance of power has something to do with it. If you're a lot more powerful than they are, sometimes they'll agree to be confederated. So here in the diplomatic channels button you see here, I can ask them to join a confederation, and they're not likely to do it. That doesn't mean they don't like me, it just means that they don't think that it's necessary. This will increase as they have more enemies, or as I become much more powerful than them. So that's something to consider. It's going to be a while, I think, since they have some decent-sized armies, although I'm about to build more, and I'll ask them to join my wars, and eventually I'll probably back into having a confederation with them. When you confederate, it does allow you to have access to their legendary lords, which is really good. It'll also give you all their cities and armies that are currently in existence. So let's see, we're going to go ahead and move Gore Rock over this way, so he can be relevant at the fighting that's going to go on. We're going to get started on our next army. We'll start them in Axolotl because it's pretty central and close to all my buildings. So let's see what my lord options are. Weapon Master, Strong, and Humble. So armor piercing 5, melee attack 3 versus armor 3, melee attack 2, weapon strength 5%. It just seems like Quantru here gets more than this guy. And I can't pronounce this guy's name. Jordkador? So rather than having to butcher that, we're going to go ahead and do Quantu. Hello, Quantu. Now remember, whenever you start a lord up, it'll put him outside the city, which normally doesn't matter, but like it means they can get attacked if you're not careful. So I always put him back in the city. Let's see, as far as things we want to build... Ooh, we have options to make this one of the higher tier armies, and I think we have the income to consider doing that. So we got Solar Engine Bastillodons, Revivification Crystal Bastillodons, and Stegodons that have dudes on them. So let's think about this. Causes terror, poison attacks, Beam of Chotek. So I think to experiment, because I'm not super familiar with this faction and which one of these are especially good, we can go ahead and do like 2 of each. We'll do one of those for now. It's going to take a couple of turns for these to develop, so these will take significantly longer to build because they're more elite units. But we'll see what that's all about, and I'll be honest, whenever Gore Rock comes swinging by, I'll straight out some units and let Gore Rock have the experimental army because he is the faction leader after all. So we got that going on. I can see if there's anything I can build. Oh, we can build a whole bunch of stuff over here in the Blood Awakening. Let's take a look. Go ahead and upgrade the pylon. That's one of the first things we should do. How are they doing on public order? They're doing pretty okay. This is getting rid of their... Yeah, this is increasing untainted, so we're going to build that. Let's see. What does this do? Hero stuff. I don't really need this to be a recruitment center. Going some skink favelas. But I suppose having something else to recruit my baseline infantry on the coast wouldn't be awful, so I might do that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and build some source stuff. That leaves me with just a cold 2K left, which probably can't build anything. But we do have this wonderful siege here going on, so let's see where that's at. We're still building siege towers. The balance of power is in our favor, however, and we have dinosaurs that can knock down walls. Well, if we wait 2 turns, it looks like we can get our siege towers. Or 1 turn we'll have 2 siege. Yeah. So we'll have 4 siege towers. Do I want to wait or do I want to try pushing it with Stegadon boys? You know what? Let's try pushing it with Stegadon boys. I've had a lot of low fighting matches recently, or episodes recently, so we'll go ahead and do it with a slightly riskier approach. It's unnecessary. There's no reason I need to attack this early, but it might be a little bit more of a balanced fight for you guys to watch. Alright, so let's see what we're working with here. Our reinforcing army is going to come in on the other side, so what I'm probably going to do is just keep an army to side. A, because it will make symmetrical sense, and B, to make sure that they're split up on the walls. And we can get funnels and choke points if we're not careful. So we got these big Stegadon boys who can at the very least attack the gate, I'm pretty sure. Although I think they can attack the walls, and I'd kind of like them to do that if they can. This army does not have Croxagores. That's interesting. I thought I put those in all my armies. Oh well. Q might not have been able to. That's right. Okay. So, that being the case, these guys are going to probably rush up to the gate. I'm going to have some Saurus dudes run up to the walls and some to rush in the gates behind my men. I'm going to have my skink boys start up here in Vanguard to harass their dudes on the gate. And Cold One Spear Riders ready to rush in the gate as well. Right here. Just kind of like rush in there. So not a lot of nuance to this strategy. We're just kind of bum rushing them. What we're trying to avoid here is they're going to have some range units on the wall, and we don't want them to have an extended period of shooting at most of our dudes. So honestly, the skinks are mostly there to just take their hits. Let's see where we're at. Get the second one started at the gate, and we'll start loading up some Saurus units on the walls. We may as well just put all of them up there at this point. Yeah. Get the skinks up there. We'll get Q up by the gate. And our cavalry marching in. Now, in the meantime, this army's come in. So we got 2 more Stegadon boys, which are going to group together, and it looks like they're not turning to face this army group yet, which is going to be a problem for them. I'm going to do that. I'm going to group some units here so I can make sense of what my unit cards are. They all got really small. Put the cavalry up like this. And have these skinks attack their skinks. And we're just going to start getting lizardmen up on the wall. Okay, let's see how our other gate's doing. Looks like we've gotten up on the wall in a couple places. Which is not going to be good for their skink infantry. Oh, it also looks like we broke open the gate. We got Stegadon v Stegadon here. Good thing my cavalry is anti-large. As those gates open. Damn. I don't know why they're so focused on skinks, because they're just not as good as the other Lizardman units. Getting absolutely wrecked by the Croxigors. Okay, we've got you guys on the wall just doing nothing. I want to start pressuring. I need to get my cavalry attacking all the range units that are going to be trying to skirmish me. So we'll go ahead and do that. Looks like they got caught up with. He is going to toe-to-toe with this guy here. Can't tell who's winning. I think you will win eventually. He certainly outnumbers him. That's those guys routed. Gonna get my Triceratops at the center of town here. Looks like my cavalry found their cavalry. It's a shame to see lizardmen fighting lizardmen here, but you know, they shouldn't have left me abandoned against the humans. I totally forgot we have a mage over here. Let's start zapping the walls. not saying much this combat because there's not much to say really. We're just kind of rushing in and getting in their face. I think with my upgrades I had better units than they did. Oh no, Q had to run away. I didn't even see that. Where's their leader? Did he die? Yeah, he must have. Oh no, there's their leader. Well, it doesn't matter. They're all gonna die anyways. So yeah, as far as that battle, I could have micromanaged a little bit better. I didn't use the pause button, but I think it would have benefited from doing so because I was managing 2 different battles on 2 different fronts. We just outnumbered them by a lot and had better base units than they did, and it really showed. And that is that. Like I said before, the computer is always going to give the side with walls a disproportionate advantage, so the fact that we still had the balance of power in our favor says a lot. Okay. That's a decisive victory. That's a city ours, and I believe, yep, that's a faction destroyed. Okay, what did they build? Honestly, I agree with all their building choices, so that's good. Q, you were getting beat up there, sir. I think we need to make you better. We'll go ahead and give you more armor. My mage doesn't have very good spells for the walls, because Tempest only hits things in the sky, which I didn't realize before I put a bunch of points into it, which is a problem. So I really got to get this Soul Quench, but that Soul Quench didn't seem like it could hit things high on the wall, so... Jury's still out on Zolamar. I think he'll be okay better in field battles. So with that being done, if we look at our map here, it's just me and potential allies. I hope that Hexaudl is still my ally. Oh yeah, it says we are. On this jungle. So I think now all that's left is to get ready to invade across the sea and to shore up my alliances. So we'll go ahead and move Zolamar out. In that direction, we've got our army building. Looks like we can build buildings here, so we'll do that. I'm gonna have to build a public order building there. Q's on his way over, not Q, Gorok's on his way over. And we got some money for upgrading buildings if we want to, but it doesn't look like there's anything that needs it. And nope, the Awakening. Can I afford here? The next public order building? Sure. And we'll see what's going on next turn. Alright. Got some technologies down. Hexaudl is doing very good, and I'm going to talk about that here for a second. They're up here in Dark Elf territory causing problems. They're going to have trouble spreading much further than this because, just like for me, these are uninhabitable, and I don't think I've talked about that. So if you look next to all the cities, they have little circles, and green means suitable climate. Yellow is unsuitable climate, which gives you some debuffs to public order, construction costs, casualty replenishment rate, construction time, and income from all buildings, which are pretty beefy. And then uninhabitable is all those, but even worse, including worse recruitment time. So it's difficult to long-term settle areas that are red. Usually that's a late game thing, as you're just arbitrarily taking over the map. They don't provide you as much value, but you've got so much income at that point it doesn't matter. So they're probably going to be at a stalemate with the Dark Elves there for a while. And pushing back on them would be hard, but there is some suitable climate over here, and also lizard folk in need, which is why I think it is a good idea to go over that way. As you can see, I do have some unsuitable climates over here on the coastline that are High Elf and Dark Elf, respectively, but we're doing pretty okay. So, we're going to move Gorok in such a way that he can get back down to Axolotl area and get his more advanced dinos. So, yeah, like that. Q also needs an upgrade. He doesn't even have proxy wars. We're going to get him down here. And Zolamar is the very same. So we're just moving everyone down to update our armies. Meanwhile, we're working on this one. I've decided to stick with just one of these healing Bastiladons because it just seems to make more sense to me. I don't know what, if we necessarily need to. So let's see, I can make my cold ones a little bit better. skinks better that I'm not using, or my heroes better that I'm not using, or start doing the next thing. I think we'll go ahead and close up the cavalry one and move on to the next. We gotta remember that we can recruit flying boys from Oxhill as well. So this army comp's going to have a lot of dinosaurs and large units that I'm testing out, and we'll see if that's... I'm a little worried they're going to go too light on artillery. Not artillery, mainline infantry. Artillery is our dinosaurs. Because, let's see, we're filling up 6 slots already. If we do 4 for the flying boys, it's 10. If we do 4 for the cavalry, that's 14, which leaves 6 for mainline infantry. Yeah, I think we just don't build chameleon skinks anymore and use our dinosaurs with dudes on their back as range, because it's just going to be better. The skinks haven't been... I mean, they're nice from the ambushes because they can vanguard deploy, but we're just going to hit a lot heavier like this. We'll see. We'll do some experimenting. Like I said, I have virtually no experience with late game army composition with the lizard folk. But anyways, that's for us to figure out later whenever we can actually build things. In the meantime, we can see what can be upgraded. And I'm getting to the point where I'm just upgrading buildings I've already chosen to build. So the reason this is -4 is because there's just no source of positive public order because they're being taxed. But I'm also making 40 income off them a turn from taxes, which is virtually nothing. So I think I'm just going to not tax this place because I'm not going to complete the settlement anytime soon and just let the buildings make money. That's just not worth the effort. And that'll flatline their public order. Wow, this is going to be one of my shortest turns in a while. But yeah, I've got a lot of income, I'm moving dudes around the forest, and I'm building armies. So, we'll see what's going on next turn. Alright. Bray herds, we're up in Exodal territory. We're just going to hope that they can deal with that. Weapon damage plus 20 for all armies of all factions. Nice. Sometimes events like that happen. So, since we're pretty sure skinks are just getting kicked from the armies, I should have done this last turn. I'm going to kick them out. I'm also pretty sure I'm not going to use stegodons, and by kicking them out I can benefit from the income while they're marching. I'm definitely probably going to still have Cold One Riders. Do I still want Crotodors? They weren't in the hypothesis I had earlier, but they have some uses over the other ones. I think I might just dip those into, have 2 of those in my army comp anyway, so we're going to keep those guys around for now. So we'll go ahead and axe these guys. Stegodons did good work, but we're going to upgrade them to Stegodons with boys on their back. Okay. Gorok's finally made it to some roads, so he'll start moving a little bit quicker. He's got an entire turn worth of highway, as the Zolamar. Zolamar is going to get down here. Upgrade those pylons. Speaking of, I should check all my edicts. Let's see. We're going to keep this one on the recruitment one because we're recruiting from there. And we've got this one on basic economy. That's probably right. Yeah. And the awakening, also on economy. Very nice. Yeah. I'm gonna have most of them on economy at this rank because that's pretty much what I need. This yeah, Headhunter's jungle is completely maxed out as far as buildings, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty cool. Bearded Skulls, don't have that one. Alright. So we're doing that, and this guy's got his first Bastillodons. Oh, we're gonna have to switch over to Temple Guard too. Wow, I'm gonna, actually, it's gonna be a while before I invade. because I need to switch over to Temple Guard too. They are just strictly better than my guys. So let's see. We're at 23 minutes in the episode. I might just do a time skip after this episode and spend some TLC time with my armies and upgrading my cities, since it's not really exciting content. I can do a summary afterwards, but what I'm doing is I'm going to bring them all into these couple of provinces and build up armies with better units, and then see where we are and probably invade. So I'll keep this episode going for another 7 minutes or so, and I think we're gonna end up doing that because Temple Guard are much better. So if we want to look at stat differences. We're looking at weapon strength 83. Well, that's artificially bumped right now. Leadership 91, melee attack 39, melee defense 44, melee attack 36. So, wow, that actually goes down. But their defense goes down to, wait, why do I want Temple Guards? What the hell? They got much better armor. And they don't have primal, or no, they might have primal instincts. What is their deal? And their leadership was a lot higher. The leadership will matter. That's a little concerning that they are not as much of a strict upgrade as I would have expected them to be. Because they're supposed to be a more... Well, they're also armor piercing. Okay, so yeah, these guys are shielded predatory senses. These are armor piercing, charge defense against larger foes, armored and shielded, whereas these guys are just shielded. Okay, yeah, they are better, just not in the raw stat department, more in their equipment. So we'll probably start filling up some of those, right? Yeah, it's all the dinosaurs we need for now. And there's no cavalry here, so we'll go ahead and throw some of those on there. Got 12,000. I don't want to make any more stacks because I'm already at a 6% upkeep penalty, which is going to get pretty gnarly once we get these. And these are going to be much more expensive armies with the kind of units I'm putting in them than what I was previously running. So we're going to leave that be. I haven't looked at diplomacy in a while. Who can I trade with? No one I want to. Who likes me but we're not allied? Tic-tac-toe, my guy. I'm about to be coming over to help you, and you're... Maybe he'd like me more if I joined some of his wars. Yeah, we'll do that and see how he feels about me next turn.
Tyrion.
Oh, Tyrion's at war with Hexatl. We don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. He's scary. Speaking of... How does Hexatl feel about me? He doesn't want a military alliance, and he doesn't love that I beat up Tlaxtlan, but he'll probably get over that with time. Hopefully. Hopefully. 2-2-2. And we're still a ways away from confederating, especially since I've been decreasing my armies. So we'll see what's going on next turn. Alright, let's see. Hold your vision, research rate up, procurement costs up. Heed the priests. Honestly, I'm going to be recruiting a lot here, so I think I'd rather take a hit to my research rate. Okay. Now, how many Temple Guards am I actually going to need? So we got all these slots filled. We're up to 9 with these guys. I'm going to do 4 flyers and 4 cavalry. That's 8, which gets us 17. And I think that's it, because we're not doing any skink boys. Oh, 17 less croc cigars. That'd be only 4. We're going to have a really small line. Maybe I'll limit it to 2 flyers and 4 of the cavalries, which will give us... That'll give us more. Yeah, so we'll throw more Temple Guard on there. Zolamar, since you won't be able to use any of the recruitment capacity here, we'll just get you over here so you can build what that place has to offer. Get Q down here. Get Gorok down here. I have a lot of freaking money. I'm making 19,000 a turn because I nerfed all my armies. So the good news is I can just afford to buy whatever I want to in all my cities. Bad news is I'm running out of stuff to buy. But honestly, having a treasury built up is hardly the worst thing in the face of the world. It can help you if you hit a negative income for some reason and have to get by for a couple turns, and it means whenever we're settling cities across the way, we'll be doing so much, much quicker. So we're doing all that. So yeah, we're at 29 minutes. What I think I'm going to do here, I'm going to do a time skip, so I'm not going to be filming for the next several turns. I'm going to work on getting these armies back up to snuff, and the current plan is launching an invasion across the ocean over to this region here, which is mostly deserts, but that should be suitable terrain for me, and that's where Tic-Tac-Toe lives. I'll help him out against the Tomb Kings, so that'll be exciting. If something happens in the meantime that is concerning, like Loathing declares war on me or Hexadal declares war on me because they're mad that I fought other lizard folk, I will obviously start filming again to catch up that stuff. But there's a very good chance that I have at least 30 minutes of content that is just going to be rebuilding armies, and you're probably tired of seeing me click all that, and I can only say the same thing so many times. So we're going to do a bit of a time jump. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And stay tuned next time for us invading the next continent, hopefully, maybe. Without further ado, my name is Alex, otherwise known as Some Bad Beat Scrub. Thank you for watching.